Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Phoebe Nubisi, and in this video we are on the part 2 of our Power Apps Code app scheduling app that we are building using TypeScript, React, and Vite. So it's a web app that has database and we integrate also with Power Automate Flow. If you missed my first video, I will put the link in the description. Go and watch it first so that you follow all the steps that we have done so far. So what we have done in the previous video, we have created the project. I will show you all the commands. We have created the project ops pilot. We have followed those commands. We have created the project using npm create vite latest. We have installed all the dependency. We have initialized the project to have the power.config.json. Without that file, you cannot really build the project. And then we added all our tables for the app. We added all our Dataverse tables, and we also integrated all our Power Automate flows as well. This is a command to do that. npx power apps add flows flow id. And once we did that, we started using Claude. With Claude, the first setup we did, we created the file Claude MD. Let me open it for you. Here was the command to create Claude MD. It was to ask Claude to design our system and the project structure and give the rule to follow on every step, and we have all the building phase ready. And now this is what Claude built for us. This is the file, and while we will build the system, Claude will keep updating it for us. Now we will go to the second file that we will build, and the second file is the memory bank. The memory bank, I really love it because it shows what needs to be built, what has been done, and what needs to be done. Yes, for example, we have pages to build here, what the app does, what is the technology stack. We use Power Apps, Dataverse, Power Automate, Power FX, reusable components, Code Apps project. We have everything, the design structure that I would like to have. Those are the key rules, the sections. We have everything ready. So I will also ask Claude to create that for us. So I paste it as a prompt in Claude. Yes, let's do it. If you have any question, you can share in the comment section, and also share your experience with me as well. How has it been your experience with Code App so far? Is it creating the memory bank for us? And once it's done, we will go to the next step. That will be the phase 0, discovering the tables. And I will make sure to tell Claude that my table already exists. This is a Code Apps. Now all model files are already ready. I would say make sure that you use these tables, and I already added it into the system. So it's telling me next step, fill in the environment details. Yeah, it's asking me to fill it environment details like environment ID, app URL. It's asking for environment name, environment ID, app URL, app ID. We have not built that yet, so to do it, let's come back here. So let's do npm run build. We will push the app, so it will create the app. This is the command to push the app. So it says the app pushed successfully. You can play it here. Let's copy just to show you how it looks like. Let me go to Chrome. I will open it there. So this is the link. So the app is empty. As you can see, nothing has been built so far. So let's go back to Claude. It's asking for environment ID. I already had it before. I'll just give it here. I will go to Chrome again to show you how to get the app ID. So we go to apps. So this is Ops Pilot. That's the first one. Click on it. Click on details on the three dots. So this is the app ID down here. And you see that it requires a license designation. You need a license. The Power Apps Premium license to use that. So let's come back and put it here. So now that we have all those informations, let's run the first one. It's asking for solution name. Let's create a solution for that. It's always good to build your apps using a solution. So let's go to make.powerapps.com and we'll create a solution. We call it Ops Pilot. So new solution, Ops Pilot, and I select the publisher, Phoebe, and then create. It's already here, and I will add my app. I will click on add existing. I will add my application here. I will click code apps, and outside the database is right here, Ops Pilot, and I click add, and it will add my solution. So the good thing to have a solution is like a packaging. So it's really good to have it. It will help us to push the solution from the dev to the production environment, and also it helps to track everything concerning the app in one place. So important. And also even with Azure DevOps, it's good to have everything in one place. I don't see it yet here. Oh, it's right here. Yeah. So let's give the solution ID. You see on the bar here. Let's click on this after solution. This is the solution ID. And let's come back to VS Code and give the solution ID. Here is the solution ID, and solution name is Ops Pilot. Now that we have everything, let's give it the phase 0. For the plan. The phase 0, like I mentioned, is for it to discover all the tables and all the flows and to give the plan on how to build everything. So I asked, give me the dataverse inventory found, the Power Automate flow found, the proposed page-to-page table mapping, the proposed page-to-flow mapping, the reusable component list, the question for missing or unclear table, step to build. Because if you don't ask all of that, it will just start building anything that will not be what you are asking. So we want to be efficient with our tokens that we use for this project. So it's reading the service files, the schema, read and everything. And once it's done, it will tell us all the plan. So it's created a new discovering folder. Let's see where it is. It created new discovering folders with all the flows that it saw, all the tables with all the informations. Yes. Now it's marking that phase 0 complete. And now it's updating the memory bank. I love the memory bank because it helps us to see what are the updates here. You see, if I scroll, it keeps updating what has been done, what needs to be done. When you see the cross, it means it's already done this. We are on the discovering checklist. So it needs to put some note on which table are read only. So yeah, he's still working on it. Alright, so now it ended and it's telling me question for missing or unclear mapping. First of all, before that, it told me the inventory of tables. It has all my 9 tables. Yes. It has all my three flows. Yes. And those are the tables mapping that it thinks that we should use. And then that's the page to flow mapping, exactly what I asked. And then the reusable component list, it says that we have a sidebar that will be a component to use on all screen, and then a top bar as well to use on all screen, and then a status chip on all screen as well, a job table to use on those specific pages, an assigning selector, an edit drawer, a ConfirmDialog mode segmented control. Now it also has some unclear questions, and it says the change logs, no lookup column found in the model, is it linked to part number, string match, and then it's asking employees ID with system user ID sync. No, it's just a subset of active technicians. It's so important because on this application, for example, the employees ID, we are using that only for the part top page, so it's different from the system user, and they are selected manually. And now it's asking the question for the flow return pattern. After calling lookup flow, should the app immediately query the database for matching record, or does the flow trigger separate notification? Those are pertinent questions. And the estimated time unit, is this decimal hours? is definitely hours. And then the elapsed time is this second, minute, or hours. All of them is just hours. Now the manager was, what is the exact role name used to identify managers? I already have all the answers to that, and then it has the build orders here for us. So let me answer all the questions. I already have some of the answers here. Let me start here. If it has more questions, it will ask. It's updating all the discovery files with the clarifications that I have put. That's why it's so necessary to plan your app, everything before even starting using Claude, because it will ask pertinent questions. So you need to know all the architecture. That's why we are called solution architect, where first of all, you have what's the problem, what's the business problem, who are the end users. Based on the end users, what would be the security role, what would be the risks of everything. Yes, so what would be the security role, what would be the risks, what would be maybe the identity management to handle on that applications. Once you have all the details, that's how now you build the architecture of your applications. You do the data modeling and all the rest. The last step will be the implementation that I'm doing right now. So before that, you have the requirements, the business problem that we are trying to resolve. Before I started doing this, I was always trying to jump from the problem to implementing, but there's an architecture. That's what we call ourselves solution architect. Like how many users will be using the app, and what are the levels of access, the security, what are the data sources that we use. For example, here I use Dataverse. Sometimes we use SharePoint or external system through API. All that is so necessary to build the architecture of your applications. And once everything is done with the modeling, everything, the structure, the architecture, that's when you do now the implementation. So the implementation is the last phase. And once you implement, you do it first in the dev environment, you do your troubleshooting and all the testing, and then you will push it to the production at last. So let's go back to VS Code to see what it did. So it has taken all my clarifications. It says remaining open question when saving the pattern at the gross created as standalone record. Yes, it's standalone record. Yeah, it's always good to plan well and respond to all the questions of Claude to be efficient. Okay, now it says that discovery phase is complete. Okay. Now we are on phase 1. So the phase 1, let's go back to our Claude MD. Our phase 1 will be to build the component, the reusable component. If you scroll up, it has given us the reusable component that we will build. Sometimes we can scroll a lot and then we don't find it anymore, but here it is. I will copy it so that we can see it here somewhere. So these are the steps. I will copy it and put it here. So these are the phases. So now it's building the components. So if we click here, we don't have the component here yet. So when it will build, you will see it adding here a folder name component. So it's still building. So what we will do after building this, since the tokens keep accumulating, so we don't run out of token, after this session we will exit the close session, and then we will build a new one. We will start a new session so that we can save on token. Like you can see, it's really consuming on token. So you see that it has created already our component folder. We have the mode segmented control, the sidebar, the status chip. So if you come back here, that's what is building. It's already did the sidebar, the status chip, the top bar. So it still need to do the ConfirmDialog, the EditDrawer, the JobTable, the AssigneeSelector, and yes. So we are getting there. Once we finish with that, once we finish with all the phase one, we have 8 phases. I will ask Claude to also make a preview of all the phases that we do, so that we can test everything as we build. So it's still working. I would ask Claude to make a preview of what we are building right now. So I will ask it to run a preview of all the components that it has built so we can see how it looks like. I have a sample of how simple I want the page to be. Yes. I don't think that I will put all these things because it would take us a lot of it would take a lot of token. So let's exit here first. So it's telling me that it created all the components. They are all there already. And then it gives their purposes. We will exit the session. Let's exit. And let's clear. And then let's open Claude again. And we will make sure to preview first what we already did. And once we do that, we will close this video and make another video to continue with the step 2. So yeah. So I'm asking Claude to run a preview of what we have already done of all the components so that we can follow what we have done so far. Yeah, so it's creating all the preview steps and then it's building. So it already created a preview page and it's telling me to run npm run dev in the project folder and then to open this. So let's go back to this. Let's clear first this and let's do npm run dev and then let's copy this link. So this is where we will see the preview. Let's go to Chrome. One moment. Okay, so let's copy the link again for that preview and let's go in Chrome and paste it. Component preview. It says no component yet. So we tell Claude to add all those components. And then it says, let me read all the components to understand their interfaces before adding them to the preview. So it's giving a tip here: create skills by adding MD files to Claude skills in your project for skills that work in any project. Yeah, so the skills are just reusable instructions, reusable flows that you use in all your projects. Yes, like my memory bank query, this is something that I use in all my projects. So now it's telling me that it already added all the components that I should refresh. So now let's go back to Chrome again and refresh the page. They are all here. So we have the StatusChip, we have the sidebar, and the good thing is that it's using our dataverse status values. That's all the values that we have. The sidebar, this is our sidebar that our app will have, and this is the top bar. This is the ConfirmDialog. This is EditDrawer, the JobTable AssigneeSelector. We'll keep it simple for the purpose of the demo of the app. We'll keep it very simple, so we'll not do something very fancy or complicated. Maybe later we will add more components to the app. Isn't that exciting? All right, thank you, and we will keep working on this and see you on the next video for the next phase of our applications. Ciao.